the UK now, where Prime Minister Boris Johnson is dealing with the aftermath of his resignation announcement yesterday. Some officials are calling for him to step down immediately instead of waiting for a successor to be picked. Senior foreign correspondent Charlie D'Agata is in London with the latest there. Charlie, good morning.
Could call it the long goodbye, like maybe months long. And as you said, several people are demanding that he should be leaving immediately. Meanwhile, the race for his replacement is underway.
Thank you.
Boris Johnson has not left the building. His exit has been just as messy as the end days, deciding to hang on and hold out until a new Conservative Party leader has been found, has caused chaos.
And I've today appointed a cabinet to serve as I will until a new leader is in place.
But as the sun set on the day he stepped down, that decision has driven a wedge between his party and the public alike.
I don't know why we're shocked, really. Who's Boris? It's going to be like it.
It's going to be a big old tear up with, you know, all of them trying to get become leaders. So I think he should stay for the time being until they sort themselves out.
Are you going to make a bid for the leadership, sir?
Sorting themselves out could take months. Around a dozen potential contenders will be fighting for the crown. Campaigning and betting is already underway. British media has even speculated that one reason he won't let go is a belated big wedding bash at the end of the month with wife Carrie planned at Chequers, the country estate that comes with the top job.
If you have a prime minister who says, no, I'm not going to go, I'm staying exactly where I am. We're in unprecedented territory here. We don't know, because our politics relies on the fact that the prime minister will, broadly speaking, play by the rules. And today, Boris Johnson is not playing by any rule book.
Now, we may learn more about that rule book when he shares his departure plans next week. Some have said he should just hand over to the deputy prime minister, but at the moment, he's not going anywhere. Anne-Marie?
The thing about it, Charlie, is I understand the criticism that he's essentially going to be a lame duck prime minister and not be able to get anything done because people in his party don't even like him. But anyone who they put in that position, I would think, would be a lame duck to a certain degree because, as you point out, it's going to take months to pick an official successor. Can you sort of explain how the process happens there?
It's complicated. And that's the reason it's going to take months. And on that note, by the way, when you talk about having a lame duck premiership, that is what you want. Prime Minister Boris Johnson actually said that he wasn't going to be making any major decisions because, in a way, it's not his government in order to do so. He'll be forced into a lame duck leadership position. Now, in terms of when those leaders or how those leaders are chosen, we have to remember this isn't like a presidential election, right? So this isn't a popular vote. All of the campaigning takes place within the Conservative Party. He was the prime minister because he was the head of the party that is in charge. So the Conservatives were going to have to choose, party members are going to have to choose who they want. And there are maybe a dozen front runners at the moment, some that haven't even announced their candidacy, some who are very quick to do that. So there'll probably be some bidding in between. And the names that you'll hear, we've got Ben Wallace, who's the defense secretary, Rishi Sunak, who you may have heard because he was one of the big names to leave the cabinet this week. God, I was going to say last week. Jeremy Hunt, who lost to Boris Johnson last time in 2019. Liz Truss, the foreign secretary. Those are 4 among probably 12 candidates who may be in with the chance. And it all goes down to jockeying and putting together the policies that the Conservative Party that is now in charge, that it appeals to them. And then this is very critical. And one of the reasons that Boris Johnson was forced out of office, the Conservatives do want to win the next election. So they have to find somebody who the public is going to want to support as well. They need to win over Labour and the Liberal Democrats. So it has to be somebody who contains the current ethos of the Conservative Party, is going to turn the page after everything we've seen here. It's been a big problem from the top down. It isn't just Boris Johnson. So somebody who's going to clean house. And that process could take months because once it's decided, it comes down to a couple of candidates. Then it goes into a more general vote for Conservative Party members. And that process, I think we're looking at something like October before we could get a name for the next prime minister.
Wow, and it could be a grueling competition. Charlie D'Agata, thank you.